how are you all doing? Thank you for your love and support. We really appreciate you. If today is the first time you are coming across us, or you are seeing this face for the first time, please do it to like our videos and share. In this platform, we react to all videos and your opinion is highly needed. So please sit back, watch this video carefully, drop your opinion in the comment section, and I'll be right back.
The Nigerian government is the hand behind the insecurity happening in Biafra land, in the southeast. Pay attention. The Nigerian government, no other person. They are responsible, fully responsible for the insecurity in southeast. I'm not saying here, some people will say that they are mainly vicariously liable. No. It's not. It's not. This is direct responsibility, because the army is a Nigerian army, the police is a Nigerian police, the DSS is a Nigerian secret security agency, and of course, the Fulani terrorist herdsmen. They are part of the Nigerian government, because we have Miyetti Allah as part of the government, and Miyetti Allah is in charge of the Fulani herdsmen. Therefore, Miyetti Allah is in charge of the terrorist Fulani herdsmen, and they in turn are part of the government. So the Nigerian government is directly responsible for the crimes going on in Biafra land. And they are working, like I said already, in consonant, or the politicians are working in consonant with the Nigerian government. They are pursuing the same agenda. They are afraid. They are terribly scared of the pedigree of our leader, but this is not what you die. I mean, you cannot achieve anything by being envious of him or being jealous of him. Heaven has ordained him. You can't stop it. No one can stop it. No one, whether you're born of woman or whatever, you can't stop it, because heaven, whether you're evil spirit or you can't stop him, because the Almighty, the Creator, has sent him on this very mission, and he must bring it to completion. He must accomplish the job that heaven has assigned to him to accomplish. Last week there was an audio recording of a kidnapped victim. Now listen carefully, and I'm trying to make a kind of an analysis of these very criminal activities and insecurity in Biafra, and for you to understand exactly, so that people will stop looking for you're looking for the reason or the person behind this crimes, while the perpetrators are staring you there on your face. This audio recording of a kidnapped victim, I can't remember now how many of them, and this video, or this audio went viral on social media. In that audio, one of the kidnappers, who clearly is a Fulani soldier, because when soldiers speak, when you hear them talk, you understand that they don't talk like a civilian. They talk like people who have been trained to speak with authority, even though especially when they are speaking with a civilian, you see them try to show that yes, they have gone, so you are bloody civilian, you must listen. So this man, or this supposed kidnapper, was threatening the man whom the victims contacted to help or assist to raise the ransom money that these kidnappers demanded, in order to see if they are lucky, they will be released. If they are not lucky, they will pay the ransom and they will still kill them. This kidnapper was threatening the helper, so to speak, to stop, because this person was asking, where exactly are the location of this, where the victims are, where exactly, he's not asking because he wants to go there and retrieve, no, but he wants to have an idea, where are they? Are they in Anambra or Imo, or are they, where exactly, which area? And so the military man, this Fulani kidnapper, who is a military officer, got offended and asked him, why is he bothering about where they are? That even if he tells him where they are, does he think he can come there to rescue him? What do you make of this very statement? This statement only shows one thing, that these kidnappers, they kidnap their victims, they keep their victims either very close to army barracks, or they keep them right inside the barracks most of the times. And that's why they will confidently tell you, if I tell you where they are, will you come and rescue them? Now, this is the reason. This very situation that I am now relaying to Biafrans and to the world is the reason why the military in our land, they are giving security to Fulanis by issuing them what? ID cards, and then they will be residing in the military barracks. And specifically, they will write it there, Fulani identity card. It is these Fulani people that have been given security in the barracks that will either, after usual agreement, they will now go and do the kidnapping, come back and keep the victims where they have to make sure where they keep them, and then making sure nobody will come there to even try and rescue them. The police cannot go. I'll come to that anyway. And then they will begin to demand their ransom. Sometimes they will even tell you, in this research area, they will tell you, or some other areas, they will tell you to drop the ransom at a military checkpoint. For you to drop the ransom there. Are people really dumb? After all these things, we hear you keep a kidnapper that is supposed to be running for the military is now telling you to keep your ransom. The military man will even ask you what is inside. Normally, they will ask you what is inside. You will say it's money, and they will ask you why you bring money. You will tell them, my brother, my father, or my relative was kidnapped, and then they said we should pay so amount, and they said we should come and drop it here at the military checkpoint. My goodness me! And the military will not, in fact, be surprised. You will keep the money, and they will tell you, okay, go. Maybe if you're lucky, your brother or your relative will be released, and they will now go to the checkpoint to collect that ransom. And the people will not add one to one together to know that the Nigerian military, it's especially the military, they are the ones spearheading the kidnappings, while the police and the DSS are the ones spearheading the killings that is going on in our land with their politicians. The killings are done mostly by the police. I mean, the army, of course, they do their own. They go, of course, to kill and burn villages and communities. That's done. But most of these kidnappings done by Fulani headsmen are in conjunction with the Nigerian military. That is why I said that the Nigerian government is directly responsible. If they say that they are not aware of what their soldiers are doing, then it means that they have lost control, completely control, and they are not even worthy to call themselves government anymore. If you want to deny culpability or deny knowledge of what a whole institution that, like the Nigerian military, is doing, then you have lost the moral ground to continue to call yourself a government that can protect its citizens and its property. Now, there is something very, very peculiar around this research area, something that we must pay very attention to, because a lot of victims have also narrated how shortly after they must have passed the army checkpoint at Isuj, they will be attacked a few kilometers from the same army checkpoint by Fulani kidnappers. The only reasonable inference from this scenario that I just mentioned is that the Nigerian army checkpoint now serves as the Fulani kidnappers information outpost, which of course supplies them information on their next target or victim. This is exactly what happened to the Methodist prelate that was also kidnapped. They will, because when they come there, when you come where the army is, they will stop you. They will ask you to roll down your glass or whatever and see who is inside. They will see the car you're driving, and then they will conclude, okay, this one can pay ransom, because the target is not just they stop every vehicle there and target, but they know the ones that they target, and the Fulanis that carry out now the real job, they cannot do it without getting first-hand information on their next victim. And this information they get from the army stationed at the checkpoints that are just a few kilometers from where these kidnappings take place. And then if you come there to the army and tell them something happened, oh, you will probably be waiting for waiting for heaven to fall for them to even move their hands to do anything, because they are completely in the knowledge of what has happened, and they are waiting to collect their share after the ransom has been paid. We saw as well We all saw the barbaric murder and beheading of a lawmaker in Anambra State. The Nigerian media went to work after the killing of this lawmaker. I said, state assemblyman. The Nigerian media, they went to work. The BBC, they went to work. Their minors, that is the people that they use to work to attack IPOB in the social media, they also went to work, attempting seriously to hang the murder of this very man on IPOB. Even some reasonable people began to even think IPOB, it may be true that IPOB, you no reason to ask yourself, what is the benefit of IPOB? Even how does that help or push our struggle forward? People will not do that. Their senses will go on break or on holiday when this kind of situations present themselves. Now, to show you, Biafrans, that the media are part of the game plan, part of the campaign, part of the agenda to demonize IPOB. Because we remember the DSS. It was not very long ago. They had a very, very important meeting with civil society organizations and then NGOs and some of the media. That is where the part of the duty of the media was, given to them. Any crime that happened in Southeast, it must be IPOB, it must be ESN. Whether there was an investigation or there was no investigation, it does not matter. Just say it is IPOB and continue to say it is IPOB. The world will listen, the world will believe it, and the world will at the end of the day say, these people IPOB, they are now terrorizing civilians, therefore they have become terrorists. We will do what? We will ban them and stop them from operating freely in the diaspora. That is the game plan. And the Nigerian media is fully part of that game plan. Now, the true evil perpetrators, the true people who are the agents of darkness, they are known. Did you hear them? Did you hear the media? Because the investigation is in there. What do you call them? The inter-society and other investigative actions that have been taking place has revealed who were behind the murder, the killing, the beheading of the state assemblyman in Anambra State. Did you hear the media go back and apologize for misleading the people? No way. Did you hear them retract their falsehood against IPOB? No way. Why would they do that? They will not serve the purpose for which they have been paid heavily, to be part of this agenda. So what they are now, at the end of the day, when these true facts have come out, rather than instead of them to swallow their I don't know, shame, do they have? They don't have shame, but instead of them to in a way claim that they have made a mistake. No, they can't do that. What they have now done is that they turn again around to do what? To focus their attention on the innocent woman called Teresa Onoa, who happened somehow to be a relative of the chief culprit of the killing and beheading of the Anambra State Assemblyman. They now turn their attention. What this lady has, or this woman has built, what the reputation that she has toiled to build through her music. This is now the target of the Nigerian media to destroy this very, very hard work and this very, very woman. But of course, the person who has, I only said, if you are not carrying anything on your head and you fall down, you will not spill nothing on the floor. You will get up and you continue to go where you're going. So all of their efforts to now focus their attention to make the innocent, the person who had no idea, who had nothing to do with the whole crime, they are now focusing on that very individual, and they are leaving behind or leaving the person who is the culprit, without much attention. Is very, very appalling and very, very sad indeed in the history of media or journalism world over. We are not oblivious of what happened just past weekend, and that is the kidnap of the Methodist prelate that I mentioned before, in passing. This man who is the head of the Methodist Church worldwide. It's like the Pope or the Archbishop of Canterbury, or who is in charge of the Muslim faith worldwide. This man, goodness me, was also kidnapped. He fell victim. We have been telling our people Onyendu started in 2015 to announce the coming rain, that is coming. People said this young man, is it that you don't have better things to do? Or this young man, why are you disturbing the peace of our people? Onyendu was crying daily. Daily when he comes on air, he would tell us that something is coming. Now, I'm not in any way mocking anybody. No, not at all. But it has touched the rich. It has touched the powerful. It has touched the elite, those who are on the high level of society, who believe that it will never come to them. That is the message I'm trying to give to politicians tonight. And any of you that call yourself an elite in Biafra or intellectual, it will come to you at the appointed time. They will not make any difference between you and a Biafran who is even supporting the struggle through his or her daily toils with keke or wheelbarrow, or as a driver, or in the market, or the market woman who goes to sell her foodstuffs in her market. They will not make any difference between the two, because you will even be the one that they will easily, once they see you, they will take it because you will give them money. The money you will give them in our land is the money they have said they are going to use it to do what? To buy more weapons. Weapons. To do what with these weapons? They will come and massacre all of us. All of us. You will not even, the time, when it begins, you will not even have the time to go to remember that you have a private jet. It was Okorocha the other day was lying on the floor, calling on heaven to come and save him, because he has served the Fulani now. He has served the Fulani, and the Fulani are telling you, you don't reach that. You betrayed your people. You think we don't know your secrets. Now time don't reach. His chance was not able to save him. He's calling on God, which God I don't know. He was not able to save him. He ended up being arrested. So my point is that this very prelate, a man of high respect, I'll give it to him, because when you are the leader of millions of adherents to a particular religion, you are a man of respect. So he fell victim like an ordinary one of us. But he was lucky. He was lucky because they were able to raise within 48 hours 100 million naira to do what to save it. Many of us, we don't even have 10,000 naira to pay to save our people. So we are what? We are all in this hot water together. And the earlier we realize that, and the earlier we join forces together, whether you are an elite or you are an intellectual or intellectual, whatever you call your name, or politician, the earlier we join hands together and support the leader of this great movement, and ensure his immediate unconditional release from the dungeon, it will come. It will come to all of us. And we must know that we have to use our Enyimba to do what? To save our land, save our children, save our generation, save our future, and save the unborn generation. Otherwise, they will be coming and picking all of you one by one. And then, of course, because they have put the enmity between us, nobody can speak for the other. They will be picking us one after the other as a sniper picks his enemies on the war front. So, this is what the Nigerian government planned very, very well. They planned it, and now that their plan is being executed, they are trying to divert your attention from the real culprits. They are trying to divert your attention from the people that they are using to commit these crimes, and they are focusing on the only movement, the only standing movement between them and your total Islamization and your total destruction. And that movement is the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB worldwide, led by Onyendu Mazinabikano. Do you know, when this thing happened to this, His Eminence, the Methodist prelate, the Khan, which is the Christian Association of Nigeria, the Khan, in fact, they will have even said IPOB was responsible. But like Chukwu Abiyama is in charge, now that the victim has said it with his own mouth, who we are responsible, Khan has lost its voice, and Khan's totally fake concern for the well-being of Christians in Nigeria, you can see it from this very, very incident that happened to one of them. Khan, Christian Association of Nigeria, and the Nigerian media, they no longer know how to pronounce Fulani, because now it is known that Fulani are the people responsible. They will not even call their name. But if it is to say IPOB was responsible, they know how to call IPOB. They know how to call ESN. But yeah, all of you, your time is also coming. Your time is also coming. They dare not mention Fulani in any way. The media will not, because they are working for the same master, and that master they are working for is the Fulani Caliphate. That is why they have gone after a police officer who was brave enough to even say that the people who are kidnapping in this Isoch area and Imo State and Biafra land as a whole, that they are Fulanis. Now they are threatening him with brimstone and fire. Well, we shall see. We have been trying to make our people understand what is coming. And heaven will bear us witness that we tried. We have been, consistently informing Biafrans of the danger ahead and the plans those that hate their existence have for them, and they hate you for no just cause. We have been telling you what is coming, but our people will again say, if you tell the ear and he did not hear, when you cut off the head, what happened? The ear will not stay on the neck; it will go with the head that is cut off. And we will continue to educate. We will continue to inform, and of course, we will continue to defend our land, the institution that our leader has put in place to defend the territory of Biafra land, the Eastern Security Network. They will continue to defend our land against these marauders, against those who have invaded our land to take it by force and to destroy our heritage. We will not. We're not making any apologies about this. They can call us what they want. What we know is that our agitation is a peaceful one. We have nothing to do with civilian killing of people in Biafra land. It will not bring us nothing. But do you see this Biafran forest and bushes and farmland? We will protect it against anyone who dares to come in there in order to stop our people from doing their farm work, or in order to attempt to defile our mothers and our women. We will continue to defend that land. IPOB, and I'm saying this without any equivocation. I am saying it not out of boast or anything. IPOB is the only reason, I want to repeat that the zoo called Nigeria has not totally and completely been Islamized yet and brought under total Sharia law. You people must be thanking IPOB and thanking, of course, Oyinamazi Nnamdi Kanu for the wonderful work he has done so far. And we heard Dr. Mailafe told you that the Fulani are preparing to overrun the south. Theophilus Danjuma, a former military general, he told you that the Nigerian Fulani army are colluding with the terrorist Fulani headsmen. And now, this very brave police officer, CSP Jambul, have also told you that the army is complicit, and they are the army are now. They will commit these crimes, and they will come out and start to bark like a dog, as if they are not the one who committed it. Now they are after this man, looking for his blood, because he has the temerity to name Fulani for what they are, to call them for what they are. But they will of course go after such very brave people, and let us see what will come out of that. Let us see what will come out of that. Do you know the most important of all these warnings that have been coming from people up to now? The most important is that the present army chief himself, Irabo, or whatever he calls him, I don't know, but this man himself, he has confirmed that the military is working and collaborating with Boko Haram and Fulani herdsmen. But he wanted us to believe that the coalition that he's talking about with these terrorists, the army and terrorists, is just isolated. It's not very, very spread out, in the sense of it's not every military person is involved. But I want to tell you that this collaboration with the terrorists is a systemic one. Systemic in the sense because it begins from the Oga at the top, the Oga Patapata at the top, who is the commander-in-chief, down to his officers, including this man that calls himself a Rabo army chief, and then down to the rank and file, who are the foot soldiers that they use to commit these crimes in our land. This is the simple logic, because if you recruit Boko Haram into your army, Just don't forget about the nonsense they call repentant. Just don't even pay attention to that. If you recruit deliberately, because it's deliberate, they will recruit Boko Haram into the army, give them military uniform, and then send them down to Biafra land to come and commit this crime. What else? How can you, say that the military or the government is not responsible for the crime that is being committed in that land? I'm telling you tonight, this is simply what is going on. And this Boko Haram now, they have become what? They have become simply official state terrorist instrument. They have become the state sponsor. That is, the state are now using them to sponsor terror in our land. And after they have done all this nonsense, they will say it is IPOB that is responsible. I'm going to ask some very solemn questions here, because, like I said, I don't want this broadcast to be too long, because we will have 4 series on this very matter going forward. From today, the next 3 days, I'm going to be on air until we make sure that this message sinks into the skull of our people, into their brain, for them to reason for once. Understand, our people and the international community must understand that the enemies of Biafra, the enemies of our freedom, they first of all instigate this insecurity, and then they will capitalize on it, the killings and all that is happening, to blackmail IPOB. And I said they will blackmail IPOB, but the target is not really IPOB. The target is who? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We must pay attention and note that most of these very high-profile killings, they happen a few days before Nyendu's court case. This is why I'm telling you that the target is him. Take, for example, the army couple that was killed. Take again, for example, the House of Assemblyman that was also murdered. Take, for example, the Hausa pregnant woman and her children. These things, they happen few days or a day to the court appearance of our leader, because that is the target. They want to influence the outcome. They want to make sure, they want to delay his coming out, because they cannot. Our ancestors would forbid that they will succeed in keeping our leader longer than he has stayed in that dungeon. Therefore, all effort that they are making is to try to prolong or to delay his coming out. But Chukwu, he has ordained that Onyendu is coming out, and he will come out to match us directly to the free land of Biafra. Biafrans, these atrocities are being committed by people who want to ensure that Onyendu does not come out. I am repeating it because I want all of us to understand that. Both politicians and the church leaders and the ordinary Biafra, the purpose of this killing, it cannot be IPOB, it cannot be ESN, it cannot be any reasonable Igbo man, because our land forbids the shedding of such blood. It cannot be. Nobody who is genuinely interested in the release of our leader will be involved in these criminalities. Nobody who is genuinely concerned with his welfare will be involved in these atrocities. Because you ask yourself, how can the killing of our own people...
That brings us to the end of this update. Do well to like the video, share and subscribe. Thank you very much for always tuning in. I really do appreciate. Share the video and tell your friends about this platform, because the best thing or the best place for you to be is here. Turn on the bell icon so that whenever I drop a new buzz boost like this, you'll be the first to notify. Thank you once again and remain blessed.